Our top focus, a 38-year-old woman was killed and 5 people injured after an explosion triggered by an improvised explosive device went off last evening in front of a popular restaurant on Bengaluru's busy Church Street. Now, initial investigations indicate that it may have been a pipe bomb packed with shrapnel in the form of iron pieces. A battery of a timer has also been found. The bomb was wrapped first in a cloth and then in a newspaper. The explosion left an 8-inch crater in the ground. All victims were hit by shrapnel. Now, Bhavani, who belonged to Tamil Nadu and was visiting the city, was struck in the head and body and died due to excessive bleeding. Now, one of the injured man is her relative Karthik, who's also serious. The two were walking on the street after leaving a nearby restaurant. The 2 other victims have minor injuries. No one has claimed responsibility for this blast so far.
When we came out, we were just standing there, a few of us talking, and we noticed this loud noise, and suddenly we saw a lady collapsing on the ground, and we could make out it's a bomb blast. Unfortunately, we could not go there to help that lady. So the shrapnels hit my leg and my friend Sandeep's leg. So that's when we thought something's wrong. From the bomb blast area, that epicenter, we were hardly about 3 or 4 feet.
Well, unfortunately, the lady by name Bhavani is no more. She could not survive the injuries. So she has died because of the injury to her head. Another relative, Karthik, is out of danger. I would say that it is an improvised explosive device, and the investigations are on. Special teams have already reached the spot. They are examining all the clues and collecting all the traces and evidences.
It is with deep regret that we announce the death of Mrs. Bhavani at about 10:45 p.m. today. Sorry about that. Karthik is to undergo a small procedure tomorrow morning, but otherwise his condition is stable. Unfortunately, we could not save her, and with deep regret we announce the death of her.
मैं MG रोड में आता रहा, क्या साउंड आ गया, बेस्ट कर ढम कर तो साउंड आ गया, मैं एम्पर रोड के ना बाड़े डालने का आया, पब्लिक पूरा उठा के वो लेडीज़ को ले लगा के मेरे गाड़ी में डाल गया, मैं ले लिया काको मल्ले हॉस्पिटल एडमिट कर लेडीज़ को वो क्या उससे डील और क्या नाम कनाडा तेलुगु हिंदी बोलना उससे डील और पूरा 9 आदमी के ले लगा गया, 2 आदमी को मार पड़ पाई,
2 लोगों को,
2 लोग को मार पड़ पाई, लेडीज को बहुत लंबा इधर सिर को मार पड़ पाई, 1 आदमी की इधर।
आपने ब्लास्ट देखा बस सुना?
और नहीं सुनिया होता अच्छा, वो साउंड आ गया था, MG रोड में रह गया।
अब MG रोड में थे।
Now, the Chief Minister visited the blast site in Bengaluru and paid the victims a visit in the hospital. He has announced 5 lakhs ex gratia for the family of the deceased and free treatment for the injured.
This is the most unfortunate incident. We never expected this. And after Mehdi is arrested, we have alerted the police and we have tightened up the security also. Despite the security is tightened up, the incident has taken place. But police people are investigating it. One lady is died of this blast, bomb blast, and 3 others are injured. They are out of danger. And Mr. Rajnath Singh, Home Minister of Government of India, he also spoke to me, and he told me that whatever assistance required by the police or the state, we are ready to give all the assistance.
We have to be alert everywhere. We cannot say which district, where the thing, and all these people are. This is anti-national activities, and they wanted to terrorize. That's what they are trying. They wanted to create panic. That's what they are doing. And we should prepare to face them. And the only request for the public is not to be panicked and be alert also. Any suspected items, all this thing, we have to be careful and inform the police immediately. We take it.
Let's cut across live now to Rohini Swami, Deputy Editor of Headlines Today, joining us from Bengaluru. Now, Rohini, Just take us through what really is the health update as far as the others injured in this blast are concerned.
Well, as of now, Sanket, we have been told that the health of the two victims who have been admitted in Malaya Hospital, one of them, specifically Karthik, he is stable, and the other two who have been admitted to Hosmet Hospital, they are also stable. Both of them, Karthik and one of the other victims, had to undergo minor surgeries because shrapnels had entered their body, especially around their legs and around their knees, and that operation was successful, and their health is as of now, what the doctors say, is stable. But unfortunately, Bhavani, who was rushed to the hospital, who was the victim, she was declared dead around 10:30 last night because the shrapnels had gone right through her head and her parts of her body. She's bleeding profusely, which caused her death, and that is why, as of now, the police have said that the casualties have been around 5 of them because of the blast, and 1 person has been declared dead because of this explosion.
Absolutely. Now, Rohini, do take us through the investigation in this particular blast case. Yesterday, I believe the NIA team actually visited the spot. They collected evidence. How are they proceeding from here on? Because the centre also has offered a lot of assistance in this entire case. And then we'll deal with the entire angle of the IS Twitter handler Mehdi Masroor Biswas, and this perhaps being a sort of a revenge attack.
Absolutely. Sanket, the most important point that is to be seen here is after this low-intensity blast took place, and mind you, Bangalore has been the target of many such kind of attacks earlier. The NIA was pressed into action along with the other agencies. I can show you while I speak to you that as of now, completely the area has been cordoned off, and as information has been coming in from our intelligence agencies, the fact that the Simi activists who had escaped from Khandwa, they have, the modus operandi is very similar to what they have been doing in terms of the blast, the alleged hand of in blasts in various places, be it the Chennai train blast, be it in Pune, be it in Telangana, where especially the bank robbery that took place, and that is a line of investigation of the police. But another important point is that Mehdi, who was Biswas, who was actually arrested in Bangalore, post that there were a lot of tweets that had come to the Bangalore police saying that there would be another terror attack in terms of retaliation, and that is what we see. That is what the police are also looking at right now, for the simple reason that the whole modus operandi seems to be that of retaliation, because if what the police sources are telling me is that if they really wanted to have something on a large scale, then they would have possibly had a high intensity blast. A low intensity blast is basically to create a scare, and also could have been a kind of recce before they did anything else in the country or any other part of Bangalore for that matter. Karnataka and Bangalore specifically is on high terror alert, was in high terror alert after Mehdi Biswas's arrest, but continues to be, and also the Chief Minister has said and has told the police force that people should be told, and that's one point that they were making, that people, if they find anything unattended or any such kind of unattended things that have been kept across the city, the police should be informed immediately. The reason why I'm saying so is also because that in this hotel right behind me, it was this particular IED explosive was kept between 2 flower pots in a paper that was wrapped in a white cloth, and it could not have been seen by anybody, but any such kind of objects, if they see around this place in the city, should be
Rohini,
should be informing the police.
Rohini, sorry to interrupt you there. If you could just ask your camera person to focus on that particular area, because yesterday, because of the night, not many could see the area where exactly that explosive was kept. So if you could show to the viewers where exactly the explosive was kept. I believe there is a boundary wall, and close to that there are some flower pots where this bomb was actually planted. If you could just show, for the benefit of our viewers, where exactly was the location.
Sanket, let me take you through it, because also I can show you specifically where it happened. The flower pots that you can see that we are focusing right now, there were 4 or 5 flower pots there. It was in between these flower pots that what we are given to understand is that an IED explosive that was wrapped up in a newspaper, that was wrapped up in a white piece of cloth, was actually kept between 2 flower pots. Now that flower pot is exactly on the footpath pavement of Church Street area. This area that we stand right now is a very busy street. It's also known as the food street of Bangalore, and it's right outside a very popular restaurant. Usually on a Sunday, this restaurant is known to be completely full because a lot of people come out for outings, especially in this area. But yesterday what we've been told that there were only 3 tables that had been booked, especially here, and if I can clearly show you that the security agencies, the intelligence agencies, and especially the NIA and the other bomb squad have thoroughly checked this area. Just behind the pot right there is a crater that has been formed because of the impact of the explosion. But what we've been also given to understand is the IED device was kept very close to a drainage pipe. Now that is also one of the modus operandi, because maximum shrapnels are caused through metal. And a drainage pipe which possibly could have had iron materials, that caused shrapnels, and that also caused Bhavani to lose her life, and the other victims also have sustained injuries.
All right, Rohini Swami getting us all the latest. Thanks very much. You can see that there is a boundary wall, and very close to that was, close to the flower pots was where that bomb was actually planted. It was a low intensity blast, but as Rohini Swami is saying, perhaps a message is being sent by these terrorist organizations who carried out this attack that this is not the first, this will certainly not be the last. Now, it would in fact be interesting to see how the investigating agencies are going to respond, as well as take the leads that are at their disposal. Thanks very much, Rohini, for all the latest.